Yeah, I think there's some Mac Jones PTSD involved in what I'm hearing a little bit in terms of people being like, don't draft a quarterback that high, trade down, take 11 and 23 from the Vikings. I think people are looking at that Mac Jones situation and they are scared. There's some trepidation there. It's like, well, what if you get it wrong? What if you get it wrong again? But the reality is that in order to replace a franchise quarterback, you have to take swings. And we've seen this with teams. Like, how long did it take the Bills? There was J.P. Lossman and Rob Johnson in there
Yeah.
for the Bills before and E.J. Manuel before they landed Josh Allen. So you have to take some swings. If you're not willing to take the bat off your shoulders and take a swing at a franchise quarterback, then you're not really going to get one. And you can try and build it the Shanahan way or what they've done in Detroit, but you better be darn good at drafting to be able to do that, and that takes a little longer. The fastest way to get better is to bring in a franchise quarterback. And I actually think overall with Drake May, from what I'm hearing now, and some of Daniel Jeremiah, Chase Daniel, I know that Matt Hasselbeck was on Tim Hasselbeck was on somebody's podcast the other day talking up Drake May. Now I feel like the pendulum's going back the other way. Like people are kind of like, oh, we dumped on Drake May too much. And now they're sort of starting to talk him up again. So I think this is what you get during the draft cycle.
And I agree with you. They have to take a quarterback. I think you mentioned, look at the Bills all those years. Look at the entire AFC East after Peyton Manning left. The Miami Dolphins have been looking for a quarterback forever. The Jets were looking for a quarterback forever. They finally get one in Aaron Rodgers, and he blows his Achilles 5 minutes into the season. You have to get the franchise quarterback. You have to take swings. Getting one, okay, you lost a bunch of games last year. The prize to it is you get a better chance at getting a good quarterback. And I agree with you. I wouldn't trade that pick out. If you believe in Drake May, take him, build around him, and do your thing. And the Mac Jones, people scared of that, whatever. Mac Jones was a decent quarterback at first, and we can go back and forth to whose fault it was that he didn't, go to another level. But I think they made the right move at the time. And look, people are saying trade back, get a guy at 11, get a guy in the 20, get a guy in the second round. Busts can come in every round. You can still miss in the second round. You know what I'm saying? Just the pressure won't be the same, but you can still miss on a quarterback late in the draft. It happens all the time. So if you're sitting there at 3 and your choice is between one of those 3 guys, take one. Now it's up to you to do your best to turn that guy into a Pro Bowl caliber quarterback that you can win. And if you're lucky, you can end up with a C.J. Stroud situation. If not, it might take you a little longer, but you have to take that quarterback at 3.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you guys on that. I do think you have to. When are you going to be up this high again? And you look at next year, that's not seen widely at this point. This was supposed to be the year for the quarterbacks, unless you like Quinn Ewers or somebody like that. You're probably not going to be in position. You hope you're not in position to draft Shedeur Sanders. So this is kind of the year. And look, the reality is with Jacoby Brissett in there, whether it's at 3 or it's later on in the draft, you have to come out of this draft with a quarterback because moving long term, Jacoby Brissett's not that guy.
Yeah, you call it the PTSD of Mac Jones, and believe me, I definitely suffer from a wee bit of that. But what I suffer more from, Chris, and I think there's also part of the problem is, we've had the Bradyfication of all of it, too, and now it's taken me some time, but I'm finally coming off of this. Like, once you have that, everyone else is a pig. So I've at least accepted now, because, Mike has grilled me in recent weeks saying, like, well, what if Drake May's Jared Goff? And like, you know what? I take that now.
Yeah.
Because after last year and the 4 wins and Mac Jones and Bailey Zappi and I can't do it. No. Like, I would take someone that can get you to 10 wins, maybe 11 wins, go on any kind of a playoff run. I've accepted that. Years ago, I hadn't, Cerrone, because it's like Brady's the best. Brady's the standard. But it's an impossible standard.
And then real quick, you said, Jared, what if he's Jared Goff? Jared Goff was a couple coaching decisions away from playing in the second Super Bowl.
Right.
So you can still win with that type of quarterback, like you said, but we just used to winning with the quarterback of quarterbacks, so we expect everybody to be either close to that. Whereas all the guys Brady was playing in all those Super Bowls, none of them were elite as he was.
Yeah.
If he might have lost more of them if they were, but the teams on the other side were getting there with okay quarterbacks, but good teams around them.
See, Chris, I'm growing up. Now I can accept a couple of crooked teeth and a good personality.
You're willing to accept the Boston 6 of quarterbacks. Good for you, Jim.